What's up you guys? So this video is gonna be a little different from what my channel really is, but in turn it's really related, so because it's a form of knowledge and improving yourself. So hopefully this helps some of you guys save some money on a mechanic, maybe makes some of you guys money by taking a car, fixing it, and selling them for more. It wasn't really made to be a tutorial at first. I was just like recording shit so I remember where it was. Ended up being a tutorial. So hope you guys like and enjoy. This hose goes all the way to there, to there. Damn, Daniel, there's a lot of shit in here. Cables. Hoses. Oil. Other shoes. Valve cover. Coils. This stuff. Lots of shit. Let's get to it. Took some bolts off. This goes right here. I'm guessing that goes there too. I just removed this, which had this thing. These cables. Put those up there. Then I removed this thing from there. The AC hose. And I guess from the coils, it goes into the alternator right there. Dopes next. Remove this. With this bracket, which is holding this line and this line. Alright, I'm gonna remove the valve cover, timing cover. There's a sensor right there. And okay, move this thing. So I just removed the power steering, which had this one below. Thing went right here. Not too bad. Okay, so this is where I'm at. I'm gonna remove this probably. The motor mount, the alternator. Took the wheel off already. Ta-da! So I can get to that. Fucking leaking. Alright, taking valve cover off. Need to move this little bitch ass thing to the side. Gotta remove that bitch ass thing too. Alrighty, so I took that off. Kinda cool. Now we can finally remove the timing belt cover. The top section at least. Alrighty, took the cover off. Put some fucking lube on that. Liquid wrench is what it's called. Loosen that so I can take the alternator off. Take this belt off. Goes over that, under that, so it's just a big triangle pretty much. My mom's here, Tig is here. It's a celebration, bitches. Better views, hashtag Drake. Over. Red Rover. Damn, that pan is leaky as fuck. So this is what came off the alternator, right there where that blue is. And apparently another screw should go right there in that hole on the left, like right here, to tighten it up. Holy shit, this crank pulley bolt was one of the hardest fucking things to take off. Had this breaker bar. I had my air gun, well, my dad tried like 4 different ones, still nothing, until I finally ended up renting this tool from O'Reilly's. At first I thought I was going the wrong way, but no, it's still the same lefty loosey righty tighty. 2004 Honda Civic LX. This is a tool. Pretty much goes on there, gives you leverage to pull the other way as you twist the bolt left. Really fucking useful. I'm very happy. Finally. So I pulled the pulley out. It just pulls out, just easy. But this also comes out with it. So do not lose that. It goes in here, that little guide pin thing, pretty much. Like this. Well, not like that, but you get what I mean. So do not lose that shit. So I took out the bottom valve cover. This spring right here was hooked onto here because that's the pulley, tensioner pulley, because it holds tension on this belt, your belt. Put 2 marks there, and I put a mark down here as well. Make sure my timing will be the same. The other shit don't really matter. Just remember, this one's on top, that one's outward, sways inward, and then goes outward again and around and back up. Give you a good view right there. This actually wasn't even going to be a tutorial video, but it kind of ended up turning into the one. Now here's my pulley. This is actually pretty stiff to move. I'm pretty sure there should be some tension on that. Valve cover, for those wondering, that piece and that piece is broken on mine. For those wondering where bolts go and why yours won't come off. Alright, so I finally removed my intake and I took the head bolts out. Right there. So I called Honda dealership. I forgot one. But they said these ones in the 2004 Honda, which I think is any of the D series, which I read online as well, can be reused as long as they're straight. If not, you need to replace them. I also actually ended up numbering mine. This one says 7.5 because I forgot. Just to make sure they go in the same place. But you can take like a ruler, don't use your hand, and make sure it's straight. Gonna disconnect stuff here. This leads to right here. And this thing, gonna cut that off. Undo it from here to here. I'm probably gonna undo it from there. Oh, and that helps. So I can just, I want to lift this up so I don't have to undo a bunch of shit. So I just took off my fuel rail, which was just these 2 bolts. Fucking had to pry it off. I'm gonna loop it under there. It should look like this. Also disconnecting these 2, which go to this harness. And then one that goes down here, which goes to those. Right, so this is how it looks. This little square piece was right here, facing this way. Now I took these fucking titty covers off. Gotta take that off. Then there's another bolt down there. You can see it. And one over there and over there. And these edge ones. Son of a bitch. Here we go. And look how tiny the starter is. That's how I ended up doing it. Clip broke right there. Son of a bitch. And this is the old gasket. Car actually was not having any milky looking oil or anything like that. So it could be a head gasket even if you're not getting antifreeze in your oil. So here's what's going in. New water pump, belt, pulley, some other gaskets, exhaust intake, the head gasket, and some other shiz they gave us. There's a Delco, I think, over there. This one, Velcro. Oh, Delco. Alright, so last night I removed the water pump right here. It's just these bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4, and just pulled it off. So now I'm just gonna clean things up with the razor blade. Look at all that crap, all that fucking buildup, and right there. That's what happens when you use cheap fuel all the time and don't take care of your car. So the new water pump is in. I just cleaned the area like this with the razor blade. Then I use brake cleaner, carb cleaner, whatever you want to use, like that. And then wiped it up with the rag. Pretty much it's like this. You put the gasket on, and then I like to put Ultra Black maximum oil resistant gasket maker, son bitch, on the actual block, and a little bit right here, just like a thin coat, nothing crazy. Then you just put it on and let it sit, and you're good. On to the next. Alright, so on the head there's these little things like this that hold it in place, like that. Be careful with these little things if you take them off. Look, there's me. So here's a picture of the underneath. I'm draining the right now. You can see it is fucking horrible right now. There's oil all along the oil pan. Something stupid though, you have to like take this bracket off, but it's only like 2 bolts on each side, and then 2 bolts in the front of it. Right there. I'm gonna just clean it up, put the bolt back on, clean it up a bit, put some Teflon down like Rick Ross. So I clean the edges up on this. Got the gasket from VatoZone. The black on there, and then the gasket, and then a little bit on top. Right, so this is what it looks like, for those wondering. And then I put the gasket on. There it is. So pretty much same thing here. Intake, exhaust, head, exhaust, you don't do shit with. And I cleaned out my throttle body a tiny bit. Thing's dirty as fuck. Probably clean it out a little more later, but it was just covered in black. There's definitely some pretty bad buildup, but whatever. We good. Better than before. Another thing I've noticed when I was shopping for Hondas, right here. I took this thing off right here. But right here where the cam is, where they leak a lot. In almost every Honda I went and looked at. The 4-cylinders at least. You can see it really is a cap. Pretty bad. And here's the new replacement one that comes with the head gasket kit actually. Alright, that shit is tight like anal now. Like, no really, it was fucking hard to get in there. You had to like really shove it through. Anyways, there's some other replacement parts. Oh son, new gasket. Scrape this off with the razor blade. Ching ching. And in there a little bit. Alright, for the head gasket, we're actually gonna use this. It kind of holds it in place. Make sure it seals pretty good. So I'm gonna put that there. I did check with the straight. Make sure you check your head and your block with like a straight edge ruler, and everything seemed to check out really straight, so we're good. And I even checked these because they said if they're not straight, then gotta get new ones obviously. Let's take it. Got it. Looks like we're doing dabs or something. Anyways, make sure your gasket is going the right way, your holes match and whatnot. Just lay it on there, make it match. Then I'll probably put some on top of this. So now you're gonna torque on this shit. And by torque, I mean torque this down. I already kind of like went around just so the head is held down. Go get this torque wrench. Got a Hobo Freight. Worked pretty well. I think the specifics are like 12, 36, 49, and a certain order, like 1, 2, blah blah blah. Anyways, I'll post a picture like right here. And there's like a sequence of taking it off. So let's get twerking. Twerking it up to 14. And that's what you want, that click. First was like 16, 36, then 49. Torque. Now putting on the intake. All that shiznit. Yeah, I think everything's pretty self-explanatory again. You just put it back on. Probably skip the rest of that. Maybe I'll play it backwards, I don't know. Try to start it up probably in the next day or two. Oh shit, don't forget that. Got the new pulley in. I haven't pulled that pin yet. Go on, line up the belt and everything. Alright, time to put in the pulley. If you remember that little square piece, couldn't get it to stay up while I was gonna put it in there. So I used some of that Grace gasket maker I've been using on stuff for the oil pan and whatnot. Alright, so I just used this tool from O'Reilly's again to tighten it up, make sure it's pretty tight. Make sure your alignments, your timing's still good. Should be good. So I put the gasket shiz on this as well, the exhaust, because fuck it, why not? Oh fuck, I'm forgetting a bolt. Shit. Fucking shit tits, bitch. And shit, nigga. Don't forget to put your timing belt cover before you put that in. Fucking shit tits. Shit on my dick. Alright, so I'm putting new ones of these as well. Remember, put your timing cover on first before putting the valve cover on. Which mine should be over there. That's fluff. Pretty much you just put like a screwdriver in that little ridge and smack it till it bends, and then you just pop it out. Grab the new one, make sure it's headed the right way. Pop it in there. I'm gonna hit it with the mallet. Do the same for all. Alright, quick note. Before putting this mortar mount, bracket, whatever, in before, you gotta put that in before you put the valve cover, this thing, and the timing belt cover. And before putting the under drive pulley, because that doesn't let this the bottom cover come out. I forgot, so I actually just ended up forcing it in, so you can do that even if you forgot it. I just unbolted it, like halfway took it out of here, halfway took that one, and just fucking shoved the shit out of it until it went. And then at the lift, the mortar with the jack underneath the oil pan to get this bottom bolt in as well. Got my alternator on, replaced that bolt, that shiny one you can see down there. I want the belt to be tight, but not like crazy insanely tight. So I had to replace that bolt that pulled that, which pulled the alternator to make it tighter. Tight, but not like crazy tight. You want it to be able to turn a bit with some intensity to it, but not like you're gonna bust a nut. Alright, I don't know if you can hear me because my neighbor's mowing his lawn, but put this on. Gonna put this back together. I think that goes right there. Put the power steering, put the belt on that, which just goes straight down there. Pretty simple. This goes on this side of the bracket. Oh, I put that bracket on too. Just has those 3 bolts right there. This goes on this side, not on this side. I put it on this side. I'm like, what the fuck? And it wasn't working. And then tying it up right there. This pulls this up to tighten the belt. I put it like that because it looks cooler. It gives you like 20,000 extra horsepower, and I do what the fuck I want. behind there is another bolt right there that goes right there. Fucking can't see shit. Right there. My neighbor's still mowing the lawn. It's been like 3 hours. Anyways, pretty much put everything else back together. Those two sensors took me a minute to figure out. Forgot to put this. I put that back on. Put the cover back on. Put the fucking cold air intake on. It's fucking shitty because it doesn't fit right. This is actually supposed to be back more because it's like stretching. As you can see, stretching the fuck out of that. I might just like unhook it from here, to be honest, and just let it like sit. I think I will. It like doesn't even hold good. Now I just need to put fluid in it and see how it goes. Alright, dope. Seems to be running very, very smooth. Like fucking clockwork. Smoking a bit, probably from the oil and coolant that might have been spilled. Seems to be running pretty good. It was actually overheating still, but there was steam coming from the radiator cap. So I just got a new one and we'll see how that goes. If you guys liked the video and found it helpful, make sure to give it a like. Make sure to subscribe down below. As always, help the channel grow, get notified when I put more videos out. Follow my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, my nigga Yuli. Add me on Snapchat, see what fucker I'm doing. And when I post shit like this as well, as I'm doing it. And if you'd like to donate, hit that donate button. And I hope you guys have a good day. And we out. The car is running fucking awesome now. I have like a oil leak because I have to redo my fucking oil pan gasket. But in the end, it actually ended up being my fucking radiator cap. Like smoking and shit. And I had just replaced my radiator cap and it stopped overheating actually after the whole head gasket replacement and shit like that. But oh well, it was fun and I bet it helped a lot of people down, so whatever.